With just 3 days left to avert a government shutdown, the House is set to vote today on an unconventional plan put forward by Speaker Mike Johnson to keep the government open. And, at least for now, several Democrats appear to be signaling their support for the measure because it's clean, meaning it does not cut spending or attach other conservative policy add-ons. The Democratic caucus will meet later this morning to formalize their position on the plan. At the same time, at least 8 House conservatives have said they will vote no on the continuing resolution, known as a CR, which must get the support of at least 2/3 of the chamber to pass. If approved, it would then head to the Senate. Under this two-step laddered plan, the CR would extend funding for several spending bills needed to keep the government running until January 19th. Funding for the remaining bills would go on a CR until February 2nd. Joining us now to help us understand this, politics reporter at Semafor, Kadia Goba. Kadia, great to see you this morning. Thanks for starting us off. So let's begin with the Democrats. There are some who have signaled support for Speaker Johnson's plan. Tell us how he seems to have won them over, and what's their calculation in saying, you know what, we're going to do this.
Yeah, I think the key here is that Speaker Johnson has a very uphill battle. He's coming with a fractured caucus who just ousted their previous speaker. But he also has a very, very tight majority. So with that said, I think he's gained some favor with Democrats by making this a clean CR. That is something that Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries insisted on a couple of days ago. So I think he's positioned himself well to get Democrats on board with that CR, even knowing that he's going to lose some of his Republicans.
So what is the current whip count, do we think? Did they have the votes to get this through?
I would say so. There's about 8 Republicans who said they won't vote for the CR, but there's far more Democrats who just wanted a clean CR that would totally be on board. And when you hear people like the leader Jeffries messaging that is something that would be appealing to him, I think you could imagine most of the caucus will just go along. So we'll be here again with more Democrats voting for a Republican speaker's measure.
And Kadia, I know you've been following this closely and have some new reporting about how this has been a real test for this brand new speaker, a speaker who took the office with a lot of his own colleagues, not really even knowing who he was or necessarily what he stood for. What's the sense as to how he's fared?
I think he's garnered a lot of goodwill, and largely because people do know his conservative background. They're familiar with him working with ADF. And I've been talking to a lot of conservatives outside of the Hill, and they just have all great things to say about him. Those are some of the same people who are, in the era of members in Congress. So he does come with some goodwill, some trust also. And when you talk to these people, they just say, he's a good guy, and we think he'll do what's right. You heard Good say there just now that, he inherited a really bad deal. So he's doing the best he can. So even though there are people who would push back against this kind of clean CR, I think he's in a good position.